Hey, what's up there, guys? Corey here with GottaBeMobile, and today we have the brand new Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P, Google's two brand new latest Android flagship smartphones running the absolute latest Android 6.0 Marshmallow. I went ahead and got these early. I want to go ahead and give you a quick look, unbox them one by one, give you a little bit more details about the Nexus 6P and the Nexus 5X, and to kind of show you what's in the box and more. We're going to have tons more coverage in the future and videos and reviews and how-tos and you name it. So I want to start with the Nexus 6P since it's Google's new flagship smartphone. It's got a lot to offer, a lot of firsts for Google and Android, so there's a lot going on here with the Nexus 6P. We also have a case here, one of Google's cases available on the Play Store for the 6P. So this microfiber design and kind of this weird, I'm not really a fan of the texture, but the case looks good aside from that. We're also going to throw that aside and kind of get right to the good stuff, which is basically the phone and everything else inside. We also have a Project Fi SIM card. As we all know, the Nexus 5X and 6P work with every carrier. They're fully unlocked. AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, you name it, you drop in a SIM and it works. It also works with Project Fi. This is Google's kind of own carrier that's T-Mobile and Sprint along with the LTE and nearby Wi-Fi kind of. It uses all and gives you the best connection anytime. But, so here it is, the brand new Huawei-made Nexus 6P. I'm gonna lie, yes, I kind of went ahead and tore some of the plastic off already, got a little excited, but I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it for you and give you guys a quick look at Google's latest flagship smartphone. This is the Nexus 6P. Go ahead and pull that out of the box. And right away we have kind of some information here about the phone and NFC and the fingerprint scanner and what everything does and all the cords and all that. So nothing too special there. The phone itself, right there, the new Nexus 6. There it is. And then, of course, a couple other things in the box. Those that buy the Nexus 5X and Nexus 6P will get a free 3-month, 90-day trial for Google Play Music. I believe this also works if you've used promos in the past, so that's kind of nice. And, of course, we have the paperwork and all that good stuff and the SIM slot removal tool to toss in your SIM card of choice or the Fi SIM slot and use the phone on any carrier you want. Go ahead and throw those aside. And we also have a USB Type-C adapter. Now, this phone, unlike most phones, has a brand new USB Type-C port. Now, this is important. It plugs in both ways. It's very compatible with a lot of different things. It's reversible. It's very powerful, very fast. It supports Qualcomm quick charging to recharge the phone super fast. And it also, you can use a lot of adapters to do just about anything like HDMI out and stuff. All works with USB Type-C. So this is the standard moving forward that we're going to see kind of on just about every Android device kind of in the near future. And then, of course, we have the big cord and the actual charger for the Nexus 6P. And as you can see, that is the same USB Type-C. It is small. You're not going to be able to use your old cords with old phones and stuff. I mean, you're going to have to use what they give you or buy more USB Type-C cables. All those old ones you have lying around the house will not work. But we're going to throw that all aside and get to what's important, which is the Nexus 6P, the new phone from Google. Now, there's a lot of firsts with Google's new Nexus 6P. This is their first phone that's got an all-aluminum design. It's made by Huawei, which is also the first time they've used them instead of, like Samsung or LG or some of them. So this is the Nexus 6P. It's got a lot of firsts. First all-aluminum design. I chose the black one. There's also gold and a pretty nice aluminum silver, the color that's pretty fancy. First phone with a fingerprint scanner as well for Google in terms of the Nexus line. First phone with the USB Type-C charging port, and also the first phone shipping with Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Not to mention, this is their only and first phone to have 128 gigabytes of storage. So users have the option to get a lot of storage. It's available in 32, 64, and 128 gigs on the Google Store. It's released on September 29th, available for pre-order now, and should start shipping very soon. So we're going to go ahead and boot it up and give it a quick launch, let you see Android 6.0 Marshmallow and break down some of the specs. Now, we have a massive 5.7-inch Quad HD display. It is a pretty nice screen, but these big bezels for the dual front-facing speakers make it a little bigger than some phones, like the Galaxy Note 5, the same size screen. We have a 5-megapixel front-facing camera with a wide-angle lens. And on back, we have a brand new, much improved 12-megapixel camera. Oh, I think it's almost done. The new camera on the back is 12 megapixels. It comes with dual LED flash as well as a laser autofocus. And it's got a really big sensor, so it's supposed to be able to take really great photos. And a couple initial reviews we've seen around the web are actually really positive. It does 4K video. It does 240 frame per second slow motion, and you probably, if you've been at all remotely interested in this phone, I've seen the video floating around of some 240 frame per second slow-mo videos. So the Nexus 6P's kind of got a lot going for it. Of course, it's got a powerful quad-core, 8-core, processor inside, 3 gigs of RAM, and a big 3,450 milliamp hour battery. It's actually one of the biggest batteries in any Nexus phone. So aluminum, it's got a fingerprint scanner right there on the back, it's got 128 gigs of storage, it's got a big fat battery and fast charging and USB Type-C. So there's a lot going on, all for a pretty low price. It's under $500 starting. So go ahead and bear with me 1 minute, go through some of this initial setup, and we're going to test out that fingerprint scanner a little bit and dive into this phone a little bit more. Be right back. Alrighty guys, we've got about halfway through setup on the new Nexus 6P, and we stop right here to show you the fingerprint scanner. Now the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P, like Apple and Samsung, now have a built-in fingerprint scanner, and it's kind of perfectly located in like a spot you would just kind of hold the phone when you're holding it in your hand. And I found that, I mean, it unlocks it even when you're like barely touching it and your finger's like sideways, and it's actually very fast and impressive. So we're gonna go ahead and set it up and give you a quick look at that as well. So set up a fingerprint so others can't use the phone without your permission. Sadly, it's not like only an option for fingerprints, kind of like Samsung. You have to also do like a pattern or a pin. If you do just swipe, it doesn't work. So it's a little different than the way Samsung does it, which I'm kind of not the biggest fan of. Google calls it Nexus Imprint since it's their phone, but there'll probably be other names for other manufacturers when they update to Android 6.0 Marshmallow, as that has native fingerprint support. So you can use it as your lock screen, you can sign into the Google Play Store, you can sign into apps, you can sign into like Bank of America, you can make purchases on the Play Store, use Android Pay, you name it. There's a lot you can do with a fingerprint. So we do have to choose a backup screen method, so we're just going to do a pattern just to add one. So we're going to just do a quick pattern, just kind of get it out of the way and show some content. And now we're going to use the fingerprint scanner and set it up on the new Nexus 6P. Go ahead and tap next, and just like all phones, it tells you to put your finger on the sensor and lift when you feel it vibrate. And it did. So tap, repeat, tap and repeat, tap, let go, tap and let go. I'm kind of moving my finger multiple ways and it's done. So that was actually a lot quicker than Samsung and a few others, but I kind of moved my finger different angles because of course you're not always going to have it right. So that's important to do it if you want it to kind of get the best experience and unlock kind of, more efficient and more accurate. So you can add another if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Say yes to all of Google's services, and there it is, Android 6.0 Marshmallow on the new Nexus 6P. That's just a plain stock version of Android. There's nothing really going on here. Of course, with that powerful 8-core processor and 3 gigs of RAM, it's going to be plenty fast, plenty smooth, plenty stable. Well, Android Marshmallow has a lot of changes here with some of this stuff, and animations are all very fluid and fast. It's got a new doze feature to improve battery life. A lot of app permission controls and a couple of other things. There's a lot going on that we're not going to really do now. This is more just kind of a hands-on and first impressions. But go ahead and launch that Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Of course, there's kind of a new game in here as well with Flappy Bird marshmallows and all that. But that's not too important. But overall, so far, my initial impressions are quite favorable with the Nexus 6P. The screen is amazing. It's actually rather lightweight. It feels really good. The chamfered edges on this entirely brushed aluminum design feels and looks great. This is glass here on the back, so you will have to be careful in terms of dropping it. You may want a case. But so far, I'm kind of liking what I see here. It's very smooth. They have a new double tap on the home button feature to instantly launch the camera. I don't know what I just did here. Let's show you that again. Let's go ahead and put in that lock code and show you that again. When the phone is off, of course, you can just tap the fingerprint button, tap, and it unlocks. That was actually very fast, so I can't really show you that. So tap my finger, unlocked, and tap. It's almost instantaneous. It might even be faster than the Galaxy Note 5 and Galaxy S6. That fingerprint's very quick. But then of course a quick double tap of the home button turns on the camera. So it's very fast and fluid. It's got a couple of neat new features like that. But that is the brand new Nexus 6P running Android 6.0 Marshmallow. We're going to dive into this a lot more in the coming days. So this was just a kind of a quick look and initial impressions. I do like it. It's a little bigger than some. It's bigger than the Note 5 kind of because of these big bezels of that. It's because it's got dual front-facing speakers that are, extremely loud and clear and crisp, and should be pretty good. But that's it for now. Stay tuned for more hands-on videos and a full review coming soon. Thanks for watching.